So this is basic general setup and cleaning before you use your spray gun. Right, now when you get the brand new spray gun, you're also going to get your air regulator, okay? So I'm going to show you how to set that up really quickly. You always want to use a little bit of plumber's tape, okay, in the beginning. Okay, and always put this on clockwise because you're going to be tightening it clockwise, right? So we're just going to go like this here, okay? And make sure you go around in a clockwise fashion here. Okay, and make sure that it's not in the way of the air valve itself. And I'm going to show you how to move that. So we're just going to go like this, all right? And then we're just going to push this out of the way. Okay, pretty much like that. Now we're going to put this on clockwise, right? Up my gun to where my dial is facing me. I'm right-handed, so I like to have it set up so I can adjust it like this while I'm spraying, right? I could see where we're at right here. Okay, so I like to set my gun up like that. Perfect. And this, of course, would be wide open because now this is an air pressure regulator as well built into the gun. Okay, but if you're using this, this would be wide open, and then you would control how much air is coming in here. And how you would set your gun is on pull like this, right? Not full fluid flow, but just on air pull here, when the air is coming out, you would set this at about 26 to 27 psi for base coat. Okay, 26 to 27 base coat, 28 to 30 on clear coat. So that's pretty much set up right there. And that's pretty much it, okay? You also want to do the same thing on your air regulator, is put in some threading here, plumber's tape at the bottom, and put on your kit is going to come with, your package is going to come with its own male 1/4 inch, okay, air inlet here. And you would also do the same thing. Put a little bit of plumber's tape on here, right? And just screw this on, okay? And then you could run your air. But I do advise you to actually put a water filter as insurance, as a precautionary. Okay, and I'm going to show you one of my water filters here. Plastic water filters. These are like $6-7. Sometimes you get them cheaper. Very good insurance. This will last you a long time. Probably 20 paint jobs. Okay. So these are plastic threads here, so you really don't need to put your tape on it, but you can. Okay, so you just screw it on like that. Don't over tighten it because you'll strip it. And then you got your inlet right there. Okay, your 1/4 inch. And that's pretty much good to go. All right, your spray gun is set up. You're ready to use it. Before you spray, I would wash it out with lacquer thinner one more time. Basically, just open the cup up, put lacquer thinner in it, shake it up, squeeze lacquer thinner out of it, dump it, and then you're ready for paint, your base coat, clear coat, okay? If you're gonna be using the same exact gun for base coat and clear coat, after you're done with base coat, basically just rinse it out with lacquer thinner really well, make sure all the paint's out, dry it out, okay, make sure it's clean, and then you could mix up your clear coat and use this same gun as your clear coat gun, okay? Perfect way to do it, perfect way to set it up. It's Tony, hope you enjoyed the video. Talk soon. All right, so now that we just showed you how to set up your spray gun when taking it out of the box, brand new spray gun, right? We're gonna show you a little bit more advanced disassembly, and this is not required on a brand new spray gun, okay? This is only if you're having a huge problem or you didn't clean your gun, right? You let it cake up and sit in there, you have, you know, clear coat stuck in your gun and it's just not working anymore. This is what you're gonna wanna do to disassemble it completely, okay? So what we're gonna do is basically just take off our bottom part here where we got our air regulator and water filter. Take our cup off because that's really just in the way. Okay, so what we're gonna do is take off our air cap. Okay, and you're gonna want to make sure you clean all of this, right? 10 millimeter here. Okay, you could take this out first or the needle out first. It doesn't matter what you want to do here. Okay. Sometimes it's going to be very hard for you to get the needle out if you let the paint dry in here. You're going to have to put some thinner in here, or even sometimes let this whole top section of the gun soak in thinner for a little while. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull our needle out, our spring out. Make sure you don't lose these little pieces. Okay, this cap here just came off, and it doesn't matter which side of the spring it goes on. Just make sure you put it on one side. Okay, and make sure that this ends up in the cap. Okay, it's sort of like a cushion for in the cap. This doesn't go in the gun this way. It's like this when you put it back together. To take the tip out, squeeze it. It'll help you get it out a little bit more, and then you pull it. Sometimes it's going to be a little hard to pull out. I wouldn't use bare pliers on it to pull it out if you can't get it out. I would put some sort of rag on top of it so you don't damage it, and pull it out slowly, okay? That's why it's really recommended to clean your guns after you use them, literally within a half hour after using them, okay? This way you won't mess up your spray gun, okay? So we have our air cap, we have our fluid tip, we have our needle, spring with the piece of plastic here, don't lose that. And we could also you could also take your fan pattern off, but usually you don't have to mess with this. Okay, so I did take off the fan width adjuster just for demonstration purposes here. And it's really recommended not to even mess with this. Okay, you can see that it is actually factory sealed and factory glued into place, so there's no leakage. So I would really not pull this apart if I were you. You can see that it was factory glued in and sealed. All right, I'm not sure exactly what type of glue or sealer they use, but that's basically it. So we took it out just for demo purposes. Okay, I wouldn't even take this out. It's just there as a block. Okay, it's just there. I don't know what that is. Okay, so we're just gonna put this back together here. Again, this is a factory sealed piece here. Not recommended to take this out, even if you're cleaning the gun. So it's very important, you know, you don't want to get to the point where you're completely disassembling the gun, right? You keep it clean. All you have to clean basically is the fluid passages every time you use the gun. Okay, and that's just the basics. So I'm gonna go here and just tighten this quick. Now, this piece, in your brand new spray gun kit, you're gonna have a couple of these seals that you may want to use for a rebuild, okay? And it's just an internal piece. I'm not sure exactly how this piece works with the airflow, but you can see that, okay, this just, once you have your air tip off, okay, this wiggles off, and it's sitting in here with a plastic seal, okay, that's U-shaped, and you want to make sure the U-shape, okay, it's cupped and it's open. Let's see if we can get a close-up on this. Okay, so the U-shape, okay, you can see that there's a hollow section that's like this. Make sure this is always pointing upward into this black piece here, and this guider goes into the guide over here. So we do have this piece in here. I don't think it's recommended to go rebuilding these so often. So you have a couple of these in the kit they give you. All right, so we're just gonna make sure this goes on like this. It fits, it sits inside. All right, make sure this is seated in just like this. And this is only on the X21 model. It's a different design for the X20. Okay, now this sits in the hole, okay? And you just want to go easy and just guide everything in. But we forgot one piece. Okay, so this goes in like that, right? And again, this piece, it's a C shape. All right, so this sits on just like this. The C shape is this way. Okay, the flat edge is toward the back. And now this piece just basically goes in, the guider goes in, this piece goes in, and you just wiggle it with a little bit of pressure and you put it in just like that. Okay, that's pretty much it. And again, it's not recommended to even take all of this off when it's a brand new gun. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our tip size in here. We're gonna give it a quick little snug, not too much, not too little. Okay, now that's done. We could actually put our cap in, but let's put our needle through here again. Slowly, you don't want to damage the tip. Okay, it's gonna see it pop up. There it is. Spring in with our plastic piece pointing out toward our cap here, our knob. Now basically put our cap on. We want to straighten this out. Pull your trigger all the way. Tighten until it just gets snug. Okay, and then I would just give it a quarter, not even a quarter turn, an eighth of a turn. Okay, and that's full fluid flow. You could even go a quarter turn. It doesn't, whatever. Quarter turn, 1/8 turn. You're just going to start to get less fluid. If you tighten it all the way, you can see that, I can't even pull my trigger, right? So opening it up all the way. Full. This is full. Tighten it until it just touches, and that's full. Okay, you're good. That's actually good. And that's it for a total breakdown and rebuild. Super easy, and that's how it's done. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is the Atom X21 spray gun. When you're also putting on your cup, make sure you don't tighten it too much. Just the snug is good enough. All right, and because these cups come with a little washer in there, you're good to go. Okay, you don't even need to put plumber's tape on your threads here. Basically just get it on like this and give it a quick snug and you're good to go. All right, and then once you have the bottom part set up, I would put plumber's tape on the bottom here and then just give it a quick tighten up just like this here. Again, I like to set mine kind of like this, so when I'm spraying I get the full view right there. Pretty simple. All right, it's Tony here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Talk soon. Bye-bye. One last thing I forgot to mention was if you're spraying basic overall base coat, clear coat, even metallic paints, you could keep your filter, your neck filter, okay, your cup filter, neck filter, in your spray gun like that. This goes in here. Forgot to mention this at the base in the beginning of the video. All right, and then you could put this in and spray. Just make sure that you always filter your paint at the cup as well. So you want to have a filter up here, put your paint in, strain it, and then you have a backup filter in here. When you're cleaning the gun, you always want to make sure you take your cup off, right? You take your filter off as well and clean this out. You could reuse this many times. This will last you a while. All right, and then put it back in when you want to use it. If you're painting with pearls, you could leave this in. Light metallics, you could leave it in, okay, like metallics that are already in base coats, right? Some of you are going to get a metallic base coat that looks very fine metallic, that's fine. If you're shooting mini flake, you're going to need to take this off. If you're shooting micro sequence flake, super fine flake, you could actually leave this in, right? But I would take it off anyway. All right, so if you're shooting any kind of flake, take it off because it's going to clog up. You're going to be spraying, nothing's going to be coming out of the gun. You're going to be like, what's wrong? You got your filter in it. If you're using your basic 1.4 or 1.3 spray gun tip size to shoot primer, you're going to want to reduce that primer, especially if you're using a 2K primer. 10 to 15%, reduce it down so it's thinner so you could spray it out of the gun. And I would also take your filter out when you're shooting primers. All right, so hope you enjoyed the video. Talk soon.